Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to upload your designs on Behance. So once you start creating designs, it is important that you showcase your work, because as a designer you cannot get opportunities if you don't have something to show. So you need to have a portfolio, and that's why Behance is a very good platform for you to do that. And on Behance you'll be able to showcase your work, have a portfolio, attract opportunities, and also get feedback from the design community. And in this video I'm going to walk you through preparing your design, presenting your design, and also uploading and publishing your design. So without saying too much, let's get into the video. So I've decided to create this video in two parts. So for the first part, we are going to prepare and present this design, and in the second part we are going to upload the design on Behance. Alright, so to present your design, first of all, what I usually do is I like to feed my eyes with people's presentation. So one of the ways you get better as a designer normally is to be able to study other people's design and create your own kind of design from it by getting inspiration from other people's design. So the same thing is applicable when you want to post your work online, when you want to showcase your designs online. So this is the design I want to post. This is the landing page. It's just a landing page. I have the mobile version, but I'm just going to work with the web version alone. But for me to be able to present this, I'm not just going to start doing the presentation just from my head. Usually I like to go to Behance itself and look for designs. So I like to go to Behance itself and look for designs. So this is a design that I found, and I like the way the landing page was presented, which is why I want to go with something like this. So as you can see, the design is in a mock-up. Then you can see some parts of the screen here, the video section, and some other parts of the screen. Then you can see the typography, the color, and the full page. So this is an option. You can also go for different other options that you can find on Behance, but this is just an example, and this is the example I'm going to go with, and we're just going to use to create our design and present our design. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start creating my presentation to look like what I just found on Behance. So the first thing is to create in a mockup. So usually before there was we had plugins that you could use for free, but these days it's very difficult to get some plugins. So I found this on Figma community, this mockup on Figma community. I'm going to leave the link below if you want it. I'm going to leave it in the description below. So I'm just going to use this mockup to for my own design, right? So I'm going to use it for my own design. Yeah, so this is the mockup. So I've used it once before, so I want to use it again because it's very difficult to get like nice mockups these days. So, and if you want to use it, just like I said, you can check the video description. You find the link there. So I'm going to first come here. I'm going to export this. I'm going to export this page. I'm going to export it as a picture. So you can export it like you can put it on like 3x or 4x and export it. And once I export it, I'm going to bring it down to this page. I'm going to bring it to this page. Then once I bring it to this page, I'm just going to follow the instruction on this card how to use. There's an instruction there. So but before then I'm going to, so what the instruction says is install the mockup plugin, which I will not do immediately. I already have the plugin installed. So but the next thing is paste your design inside paste here frame. So this is the paste here frame. As you can see, the name of this frame is paste here. So I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to paste it here, right? So I'm going to paste it at top and left. Then I will switch to scale 2. Then I will scale this to fill the page. Then I'll fit it to the top again so that only the hero section shows. Then I'll open the mockup plugin. So the mockup plugin is one of these, I think. Yeah, one of these. That's the name of the mockup plugin. So as much as I'm using it from a Figma file, I'm still going to use the mockup plugin. But if you want to use this this mockup directly from the plugin, you won't be able to use it. They want you to pay. So that's why I'm going through this route. So I'm going to click on, so let's follow the next instruction. Start the mockup plugin and choose distort. So I'll click distort, then select the change this layer. So inside this, there's a layer that is called change this, which is this. Can you see on the layer panel? If I click it, change this layer. No. So if I click change this layer inside the scene, then select paste frame. So the second one I'm supposed to select, this first place will be I will select change this for this first page, then I will select paste here for the second scene. Then it will now render this design into this screen, so I can just apply it. So once I apply it, it will render it here. So that's how you use the mockup. Then I can now carry this and copy. I can just simply copy it because it's Figma. So although I can also export it as a picture and bring it here, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to bring it as a single design here. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of this, right? This one too is a picture. So I'm going to remove this picture and just place that mockup inside this frame. So that's basically what I want to do. So I'm going to scale the mockup to fit into the page. I don't want it to be too wide or too small. So let it just be like that. So we can go with this. This is good enough. So mind you, this is going to be like the we can call it the hero section too. We can call it the hero section because this is like the first thing that you see here. So the hero section, then we're going to have another section where we are going to, place the design like this. So I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to make a duplicate of it because I'm still going to need that kind of thing. So I'm going to come here because this is already a picture. Remember, I exported that landing page. This landing page I exported it, which is what I brought back in here. So I'm going to make sure this is set to the right, to the left, and I'm going to scale it down so that it can take two screens like this. So you don't have to take it fully, just to take it in a stylish way. That's the whole point. So I'm going to pull it down like this. So it doesn't have to touch the left hand side, right? It just has to be somewhere here. So I'm going to send this one to the back and bring it up. So I'm just basically going to show the top and bottom actually. So the top and bottom, I don't have to show all of the pages yet. So at the same time, this one doesn't have to touch the walls. So let me see the distance here. So I have 167. So I have 167. This one. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't have to be like perfect because it's not like we are really creating a major design. We just want to present this design. That's all. So I'm going to pick a background for this, which will be the background of this whole design here. That will be my background. Then I'm going to give it a stroke. So and I'm going to round the corner. So a black stroke, I think a black stroke will work for me too, because in the design I'm copying they use the black stroke, and I think a black stroke will also work. So I can give it a rounded corner of 10. 10 is not that obvious. Let's use 20. So 20 is good enough. So then the next thing I'm going to do is the typography section, right? So I'm just going to go with what I'm saying there, right? I'm not really going to change much. What will make it different is that my design is different from that design. So I'll just write typography. So I'm going to delete this text, then I'll type typography. So typography, and I'm going to increase the font size to say no, 48 is too small. Okay, let's use 128, and I'm using the same typography as the typography that I used in the design, right? So typography, and I'm going to put the name, and I'm going to say Helix. That's the name of the font that I'm using, right? Then I can place it in an auto layout. Then I expand the auto layout like this, place it at the center, align it to the left, then add a stroke to the bottom. Add a stroke to the bottom. Yes, maybe 2 pixel stroke, and I'm going to increase the gap for the typography auto layout up and down. So I'm going to let it hug, and I'm going to say 20 or 40. So I think that's good enough. Then I bring it up like this. So I'm going to write capital letter A and small letter A with this typography. I just made a duplicate. So capital letter A and small letter A. So now this one has to be very big. So I'm going to use the scale tool to increase it because it's just be a waste of time if I'm trying to, get it with the settings, with the font settings here. I'm trying to get it here. So once I use the scale tool, I'll quickly get the size that I want. So I don't really have to use this shape that this person has used, so I can make my own shape and just use a common rectangle. So I'm going to create a frame like this. I'm going to write, let me see how many font family Helix has. So Helix has the regular, medium, that's plenty, but the ones that I used was the regular, the medium, the semi bold, and bold, and I did not use the extra bold. So I'm just going to highlight only the ones that I used, right? Only the ones that I used. So I'm going to copy this, then I'll paste it inside this frame. Then I'll reduce the font size to 48. Then I'm going to call this one regular. I'm going to call this one explore the word with confidence. Okay, that's just like a sample of the text, right? So this can become an auto frame, auto layer. Make a duplicate and align it vertically, then explore the word with confidence. I don't even really need to write the same text. I can just say sample text for the suitable typography or typeface. So it's just something that I can use as an example of the text. That's all. So I can reduce the font size of this one and keep it regular, right? This is currently on semi-bold, so I'm going to leave it as regular. Then I'm going to compress this like this. Make sure this is filling the container. Then I'm going to add some padding, some strong padding, like 60 pixel round. So I'm going to make this hug and hug. So I'm going to expand this a bit, then align it to the left, then give it enough gap. So this text is 48. Then this one can reduce to, let's say, 38. Yes. So I'm going to give it a stroke too. 2 pixel stroke, just like we have done for others. So 2 pixel stroke. Then I'm going to round the corner to 20. And yes, there we go. Then I'm going to fill it with white. Yeah, I'm going to fill it with white. Okay. So because of the background I'm using on this one, I'm going to copy that background and use it here too, so that my white fill can be obvious here. So I'm going to copy that background and paste it here. So this is how the background looks like, and yes, this is my white fill here. I think I should increase the padding of this a little bit more to like maybe 100 by 100. Then I'm going to make a duplicate. I'm going to call this one medium. And I'm going to change both text to medium. Then I'm going to do the third one. Mind you, I'm going to put this to this 3 inside auto layout like this. So I can even bring this up and arrange it under it. So I think this one is too big, so let me reduce it a bit. Then I'll move it like this. Then I'm going to make another duplicate. So I'll call this one semi-bold, and I'm going to apply semi-bold to both of them, and this one will be bold, right? Then I'm going to apply bold to both of them again. So you can see that we have been able to showcase all of the font family that we used in this font, or that I used in this font. In this design. So after creating this section, I want to move this a bit like this. So I usually do some kind of effect here. Let me just try to see if it's going to work here. So I'm going to expand this. I'm going to scale it out so that it will be very big. like this, something like this. Then I will swap the fill to the stroke. So after swapping the fill to the stroke, I'll just make it a bit, I'll lower the opacity of the color to like 20 or even 10. Yes, something like that, just to give you a kind of a background effect so that that part will not look too empty. That's the whole point. So I can still scale it out a bit more and bring it to this side, so I can just allow it to cut out a bit or something like this, just playing around it. Sometimes it can even be writing typography, so I can write typography inside it, and I don't have to show the whole text because that's the whole point of the of writing this. I'm trying to show my design skills, or yeah, just to showcase my design skills. So I can just put it here, somewhere here. I can just put it here, and I'll send it to the far back, a bit to the front. I think it's outside the frame, so let me cut it and paste it inside this frame so that it can go to the back. So that's it. So we just place it there, or bring it here, send it to the back. So I bring it out, drag it back into this. Okay, so just place it somewhere here and we're good to go. Well, adjust it whichever way you like, whichever way you see it fits. Anyone is okay. So then let me just reduce the opacity a bit more. Maybe 10 is too much. Let me drop it to like 8 or 5. Okay, 6. I think that's good enough. Then I'm going to make a duplicate of this again, and now we're going for the colors. So I might not use the exact type of color style that this person used, or the style that this person used to present their color. I might not use it. So what I'm going to use is, okay, I can just change, I can change this to, from typography, I can just remove it and change it to color palettes. So I can just change it to color palettes, right? Then I call this one colorography. I'm not sure if that spelling is correct. Colorography. Okay. Just color. Color is okay. So I'm going to leave this here. Let's drag it to this side a bit. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this into just regular rectangles without any content. So I'm going to select all of these shapes, go into it, delete, right? So as you can see, I already brought out the colors that I use. So I have primary, secondary, and neutral colors. So the primary color is the green, these are the secondary colors, and this is the neutral color. So I'm supposed to have one more neutral color, this, which is supposed to be black. Yeah, so one by one I'm going to bring the colors here. So we already have white, and I'm going to make a duplicate like this, and I'm going to make a duplicate like this. So 3 duplicates, because that's what I'm trying to achieve. So I place it somewhere here. So I'm going to also make sure that this is sitting at the middle. So mind you, the first one has just 2 colors, even the second one has 2 colors, and the third one has 1 2 3 4 5 colors. So I have 4 here. I'm going to add one more by pressing Ctrl G. So now you can see that this thing is overflowing. So what I want to do is I'm going to reduce the width of all of these rectangles at the same time. So I'm going to reduce the width such that it can accommodate what I need. So something like that. Yeah, so we'll call this one white. So yeah, I forgot, this is supposed to, we are still supposed to add the text inside. So first of all, let me change the height and width to fixed, um not hug and hug. So I think this one is fixed already. So while selecting all of them, I'll just press Ctrl V so that I can paste a text inside them. So the text will now be replaced by the names of these colors, I mean the color codes of these colors. So that's what we're basically going to do. So this will be FFF, which is I'm going to put hash in front. I didn't copy that correctly, so I'm just going to copy it. And I'm going to add all of the colors. So I'm going to speed up this process so that I will not waste too much time on this video. Okay, so I'm done with the color palette, and I'm going to move to the next section where I will now finally show the entire page. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this, then I'm going to hit enter key and I'm going to delete everything. Then I'm going to come back to this place to bring this. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste here. Then I will scale it in such a way that it almost occupies all of the screen, just a little bit. So I'll just give small space on left and right, a very small space. Yes, so just like that. I'm going to place it at the top and I'm going to expand this particular one to take the whole space. So I'm going to reduce it a bit. I'm going to reduce it a bit. Yes, something like this is good enough. So I'm going to check the design and see if there's anything else for me to add. So usually I like to add a thank you section, you know. So I'm just going to make a duplicate of this typography section and bring it down. Then I'll delete everything else except the typography, the capital and small letter. I'll delete this. I'll just say thank you. So you have to understand that this thing is kind of like a presentation. So it's going to be nice if you put thank you at the end. So this section is not supposed to be this wide or this tall. So I'm going to reduce the height and we have something like that. And now we are good to go. Right now we can go and upload this design on Behance. So if you enjoyed the video up to this point, I want to encourage you to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified once I drop the second part of this video. Alright, that will be it for this video and I'll see you in the very next.